This reading is going to be to my um Renika stance. I am going to do a reading on Nicki Minaj and Rihanna and just how are they feeling towards one another and if there is a possibility for them to collaborate together on the song or on a different type of project. We're just going to gather some tea and sip on it with this reading. Okay, so let's just get right into it and see what we're going to get. So let's just jump into the general energy between both ladies. Nicki Minaj and Rihanna. Nicki Minaj and Rihanna. What is the general energy between both ladies? Oh my god. Nicki Minaj and Rihanna. Nicki Minaj and Rihanna. There is something here that has happened, or something here that is kind of confusing that took place. It is in regard to maybe a collaboration or a project that it was supposed to be delivered out of love for the fans, for the culture and everything. For them to just be on the songs together or just be on a project together. But there is something that just kind of let it fall midway, or just it didn't let it happen, and that was something that was unfortunate. But at the same time, I can't just hold you to it. Shit happens. That is the energy. There's the energy of just, being creative and trying to create something and trying to just be smart about the whole approach about it and everything. But at the same time, just feeling like, okay, maybe it wasn't the best decision, or maybe it was just for the best. Maybe it was something that needed more perfection, and maybe it was just not meant to be, like it was just gonna happen, it's gonna happen another time, or like around another different thing. But there's at least some type of frustration in here that shit didn't work out, or that everything did not happen as planned, because feeling like, okay, I'm not gonna waste. Okay, so I don't want to say that, but Uranus energy is like, I'm not gonna just break my hiatus or do something just for your album. Maybe we can wait till I make my full comeback and then put that on my album or something. There's something here about just a creative process being blocked, or like not falling through, or like not following through. They just did not make it look as good as it sounds. It was kind of frustrating because what you mean by dance? But what do you mean by all dance? But I still respect your decision, even if I don't think it's the wisest. But I think you know it's not the best decision. But sure, we can just follow with that, or we can just decide from that. So there is that. So but let's see, what are these your energies around Rihanna and Nicki Minaj? What's the energy between Rihanna and Nicki Minaj? Rihanna and Nicki Minaj. Rihanna and Nicki Minaj. Rihanna and Nicki Minaj. Rihanna and Nicki Minaj. I'm trying to get like a third card before I say something else. Okay, yeah. This card kept wanting to like pop up and fall. But there is something here about like a disconnect. Like after whatever that was that took place, there is a type of disconnect because obviously we're not seeing eye to eye, or like we're not understanding one another, and there are other like more important priorities that are taking place. So yes, both ladies are focusing on different things. Both of them are just focusing on other things that are bound to happen, or just like that are possible more than just that feature. There is something here about just wanting to try out new things and just wanting to get a lot of shit just like off your chest and wanting to say something, but knowing that it's not going to be perceived in a good light, or it's not going to be taken well, so you're just keeping it to yourself and just choosing to focus on your other priorities and just choosing to focus on you know everything else that is taking place or everything else that is going to be fruitful instead of that, because it's not going to lead anywhere. It's just going to lead to regrets, or just regretting the fact that you just spoke up about it when it wasn't your place, or like, well, it wasn't um something that you should be speaking on. That's the energy of one of those ladies. I kind of feel like it has to do with the with a man in here, but I don't want to say that yet. There's definitely something here about just like a loss of missed opportunities, and just feeling like if I just say something, like if I speak up, it's not gonna be taken well. So just I see Ariana like shrugging it off, like I don't give a fuck. It's not my place to say something. It's not my place to tell anybody about that. So yeah, yeah, your secret is safe with me, girl. That's what I'm hearing like Rihanna say. But yeah, now we're going to see how does each one of them feel about the other one. And we're going to start with Nicki. How does Nicki Minaj feel about Rihanna? She definitely sees her as such a pretty woman. That's one of the things that is like strongly coming through. She likes her eyes. She loves her eyes. She loves her accents. Her Caribbean accents is what I'm hearing. Let's see. How does Nicki Minaj feel about Rihanna? She definitely loves the way she moves and the way she handles herself, and the way she dances, and just her presence. Let's see, how does Nicki Minaj feel about Rihanna? Hmm. There's also something here that has to do with um missing out on opportunities, like missing out on a lot of past opportunities to work together, or to create like more memories and more fond memories and everything, because Nikki is recalling the past, or just like reminiscing about the past and thinking of all those fun times and how fun it was back then, and how everybody used to be like so close to one another, and now the priorities have shifted and everything is just so much more different than it used to be, or like than what it was. She definitely cares for her. She definitely, likes her, thinks that she's a very amazing mom, that she has grown even more now that she has become a mother herself. I do believe that they bond over, motherhood together, or just reminisce about the times that they spent before kids and how kids have changed them and everything. Let's see, how does Nicki Minaj feel about Rihanna? How does Nicki Minaj feel about Rihanna? How does Nicki Minaj feel about Rihanna? Hmm. Let's see. There is something here that has to do with like indecision, because she can just say what she really want to say, or just her holding herself back because um she doesn't know like how to approach a certain situation. But there's definitely some type of tension here, or just her feeling like if I'm not gonna say what I really want to say, I'm gonna feel like a hypocrite, or I'm gonna feel like it's not working out the way I want it to work out, or like she's not going to believe that. And there is something here about her just like repressing those emotions. She definitely does think that at times like Rihanna is going through that type of like creative block, or just um not letting herself feel all those emotions throughout her songs, or like throughout her artistry, which is crazy because, well, every artist goes through that, and even Nicki was going through that herself. So she kind of like sees that. She sees how she's not letting herself like shine fully anymore, or like again when it comes to her artistry, or her as a singer. She only does see her as someone who kind of like goes back and forth between some types of decisions, or who isn't so sure of whatever decision that she takes. Okay, there's definitely the energy of Nikki kind of contemplating about certain stuff that's regards to Rihanna, or like some types of moves does Rihanna be taking or approaching when it comes to her career or like when it comes to how she handles stuff publicly. At times it feels like you just don't like Nikki sees her as somebody who just doesn't care about how the public perceives her, and she's going to stand for what she believes in, or she's going to just set the narrative straight, even by just not speaking up too much. And in a way, Nikki is kind of like, I wish I can have that same type of grace, or like, I wish I can have that same type of mentality, or I envy that in a way that she's not scrutinized the same way that Nikki is, and Nikki is just like that's crazy. It's not bad per se, but it just makes Nikki feel pensive, or just like makes her um, look at things in a different way, or like in a from a different perspective or angle. And it definitely gets her to think because she sees how Rihanna is just, charming, but also cutting straight through the bullshit and just not letting people kind of like walk over her. Like she can laugh with you, dance with you, have fun with you, and everything, but once it's time to just cut the bullshit and cut all the noise and, set the record straight, she will not hesitate to do that. And that's something that just makes Nikki feel like I have to like I need to just achieve it in more of like a proper kind of like cleaner way in a way. Yeah. And she definitely feels like at times Rihanna kind of like gatekeeps shit as it like she can just let her in, talk to her about whatever it is when they're talking, or like if they're if they're just having conversation or whatever. But at the same time, it's like she keeps shit's close to her, and that's also applied to her. What is the word? To her career. She sees her as a person who kind of like gatekeeps now her artists and everything, and that's just like it's just so unfair. I can't do that to my fans anymore. And they joke about it and laugh about it and stuff, but still there is something here um that was said or that has occurred between them that is kind of like making he just think of that is like something from the past that Nikki is kind of like still thinking about from time to time. It's like look at how far we've come together, or like look at how far we've come from just being childish towards one another, just petty towards one another due to like other reasons and whatever. And now look at us, just talking and like nothing has happened, or like talking like we never left, or like we never just had that falling out or that type of tension or misunderstandings or whatnot. When people just kind of reunite again or reconcile, and then they just start catching up and they're reminiscing about, used to like I used to hate you, I used to dislike you, I used to think that this was this and that. And now it's kind of like a cloud just being lifted off, or just sorry, a cloud getting like lifted off and everything now. And shit is just viewed differently. But yeah, that is how Nicki views or like feels about Rihanna. Now let's see how does Rihanna feel about Nicki. Let us see. Let's see. How does Rihanna feel about Nicki Minaj? 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 She definitely is seeing how Nicki Minaj is, soaring high, and how the public is finally starting to appreciate her even more, and seeing how she is enjoying herself and how she is having fun with it all. And she's, like it's about damn time. She's appreciative of that. She sees how it is with her, and she acknowledges that and likes that. I told you, girl, everything's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be okay. I told you not to stress this and everything. At times I feel like, or that's what I'm getting, that she knows that Nikki overthinks a lot and just stays in her head a lot. And she's like, you don't need to do all that. Just go for it. She sees Nikki as somebody who is, very wise, somebody who knows what she's doing, but also somebody who is like very wary and just like precautious and always just tiptoeing around some types of truths or just not wanting to say too much or trying not to do too much and just keeping to herself. At the same time, she sees that's crazy though. She's like she does think that Nikki's taste in men is kind of like horrible, which is kind of funny to me because the Holy Trinity as a whole and their choice in men is questionable a lot most of the time. You know, all damn long. But what the fuck do we know? Nothing, obviously. But yeah, she definitely does see her as somebody who, knows what she's doing at most, but at the same time who's scary to just take that leap of faith or just, take those risks. Because she sees oh, that's crazy though. She sees how that types of those types of composition, sorry, and those types of I'd say like hate trains or like those types of battles that Nikki has had to fight and everything. She saw how it's affected her. She sees how now she's keeping more to herself and now she's being extremely more cautious and so much more private than she used to be or like than she um more than she was in the past basically. She definitely does sorry. She definitely does see her as, a good friend who will not hesitate to move mountains for you or just, always catch a flight, take a um, drive over to you, and just, she sees her as a very loyal person to a fault. She really does see how she moves. She really does see how straightforward she is with her, but at the same time, she really does see how cautious she has become again. She does think that she can she can get extremely petty at times. She sees how she can tend to be like very argumentative, but she definitely knows where is that stemming from. So she cuts her some slack, or like she gives her that grace or doubts, and just let that shit slide by or just like fly by because she knows how it is and she knows how Nikki is. And she sees her as the type of person who is going to stand up for what's right, even if it would mean that she needs to, like, that she is in a room full of, like, thousands of people and she's gonna be like, I am right and y'all are wrong. She sees Nikki as a type of person who will not hesitate to, um, fight for what she believes in, and that's something that is inspiring and that she aspires to well, not she aspires to have, but like she respects deeply. But yeah, she really does here at times as a person who can get like a little um competitive or like a little too in her head about shit or like a little too strategic at times, like too much of it. You just step back at times and just enjoy how everything is turning out for you and just enjoy how everything um is happening or how everything is just being good and how good it feels. Just get to enjoy that for once. You know, it's kind of like that type of dynamic or just like friendship where one person is more laid back and everything, and the other person is just like so careful about everything and just so calculating. And so yeah, she really does see her as a friend, like as a good uh comrade or just like companion and whatever, and that's good. They do have love for one another. When Nikki says that, she means that, which is good. I'm trying to rearrange my cards. Now I'm just going to ask about what is next or what can we expect from both ladies, and yeah, we're going to wrap this up so we can just see what is there to be waiting for us, or what is there that we can expect or whatever. Let's see. Well, we expect a collaboration from Nicki Minaj and Rihanna. Nicki Minaj and Rihanna, a collaboration. Is there collaboration between both ladies? Is there a collaboration? Oh my god, that's a lot of cards. I'm not taking all those. Let's see. Will there be a collaboration between Nicki Minaj and Rihanna? Will there be a collaboration between Nicki Minaj and Rihanna? I would say that there was going to be one on Pink Friday too, because there was going to be one. But is there a collaboration between Nicki Minaj and Rihanna? I would say that there was one, but it's kind of like fell, you know, onto deaf ears. It's like they did not follow through with this, as I said in the general energy before. But if they actually do want to just collaborate again, the offer is still on the table. It's never off the table with both of them. If they do want to collaborate together and everything, they're going to make something that is going to change the world and shift the culture was sorry shift the culture once again. It is going to be something kind of like vibrant and fun, something that definitely has to do with like their culture, or like where they're coming from and everything is going to be different than Fly, that song that they have together. Okay, let's see what else can we get on what's next. Yeah, there is a strong chance for them to collaborate once again. They if they want to, you know, if they want to, and it all just depends on the timing and how everything is supposed to be. Like, is it going to do good? Is it going to like be something that should be done for now, or should we wait, or should we just drop it? It all depends on their mindsets, or like where they will both be. But yes, there is a chance for them to collaborate together. There is a chance for them to just do something and yeah, spend money on it and just travel and do a good music video together and spend some money on it and everything. But yes, that is if they just want that to be, because if they want that to be is going to take the world up by a storm, and everybody's going to love that. But yes, this is the Nicki Minaj and Rihanna Tarot reading.